Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we're doing the DAZN recap from the Saturday, April 6th card that was headlined by the Richardson, Hitchins, and Gustavo Lemos title eliminator at 140 pounds. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So, this fight, well, first we're going to talk about the undercard. We'll talk about Diego Pacheco and, was it Sean McCalman? That ended up being a much better fight than expected. McCalman was undefeated, but was widely unknown. Pacheco, you know, potentially a star on the rise, 6'4", super middleweight. You know, got an exciting style, and he ended up being in a fight in this one. He really got tested against McCalman. McCalman was landing some good shots. They were trading. I'd say first 6 rounds were pretty close, but even 7 rounds, pretty close, pretty even fight. And then Pacheco took over in the last few rounds and walked away with a clean, unanimous decision. But he was tested, and for me, I still don't see that special side of Pacheco. You know, it's not that I don't want to. I'm not trying to be overly critical. I would love to see a guy of his size and, you know, and everything take himself to the next level. But right now, I haven't seen it yet. I'm just going to be straight up. I haven't seen it. I thought last year when he fought Marcelo Coceres, who was a former world title challenger, but had been beaten a few times. And I felt like that was a good stepping stone for him to look good against and, you know, push himself in. And then he had a tough time with Coceres, you know, and the fact that he has such a height advantage over all these fighters, it's, you know, it shows me that he's not using his height, that he's going out there just trying to knock these guys out. And, you know, hey, that's not going to be so simple, you know, just to be a knockout fighter. So, so it's interesting. You know, I know Edgar Berlanga was talking shit about him, but they're kind of mirror images of themselves. So maybe Berlanga and Pacheco can get together at some point. But Pacheco, to me, I got to evaluate my top 10, but he may or may not be in my top 10 moving forward. We'll see. But if he doesn't land in the top 10 at super middleweight, which he currently wasn't coming in, I see him just kind of staying busy. I don't know if he's going to get a big fight next. Maybe he can land some kind of an eliminator, but we'll see what goes down there. But wasn't overly impressed with Diego Pacheco, but it was a good fight. And then the main event, you had Richardson, Hitchins against Gustavo Lemos. And this is, you know, this kind of fight, and I relate it much to last year's showdown with Lomachenko and Devin Haney. It's the kind of fight that you want to see. You want to see the judging get better in boxing. I think boxing is long overdue for some changes. One of those changes for me would be to get rid of the judges on the outside of the ring. Because you're only able to watch a fight from one side of the ring, so you're missing shit. I'm telling you right now, if the referee is missing the fighters when they somewhat have their backs to the ref, if he's missing shit, then you're telling me that referee on one side of the ring isn't missing things as well. And then maybe we can get more concise on how we score fights. Because, you know, effective aggressiveness is my overall line of scoring a fight. That's my overall biggest thread of scoring a professional fight when I score one. And I think Gustavo Lemos had the effective aggressiveness down, you know, to a T. What I saw in the fight was that he was pressing the action, and yes, Richardson Hitchins was landing some good shots. Don't get me wrong. He was landing some good counter shots, was definitely in the fight, but I felt like Gustavo Lemos was pushing the action and was landing the better shots, and again was pushing the action, and I think you should get a point for pushing the action. because you could tell Hitchins was throwing shots and landing good shots to keep Lemos off. Now, overall, you know, Lemos threw more shots, but Hitchins landed about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 more shots than Lemos did. So, you know, that does tell me that the fight could have been close, and it was somewhat close. But when the first judge came down with 117-111, I automatically said Lemos won, because he was pushing the action to a degree where if you're gonna score a fight 9 rounds to three, which is 117-111, then it should have went to that guy. But instead, it went to Hitchins 9 rounds to 3, which was fucking ridiculous. The other 2 judges had it a little bit better, 117-115, which is 7-5. But I found it hard to see a 7 rounds to Richardson Hitchins. I just couldn't see it. But so, do I think it was a bad decision? Yes. Do I think it was a robbery? No, because again, robberies to me and bad decisions are 2 different things. Bad decisions are one guy looked like he won, and the judges, I thought, got it wrong. A robbery is just flat out they scored it so one-sided for one guy, or the one guy won the fight by you know, it was so one-sided the way he should have won, and he got robbed. And that's why I say, again, I compare it to Lomachenko and Haney from last year. And it's disappointing because Gustavo Lemos, you know, came in a sizable underdog and he fought his ass off, and he deserved better than what was given, but he loses the fight, which is a shame. Richardson Hitchins now, you know, I'm probably going to give what's next videos to both guys. Congratulations to him. He landed some good shots, some good combinations. But I just felt like whatever he was doing, again, the effective aggressiveness wasn't working against Lemos. And Lemos kept coming at him, kept landing good shots. You know, I was widely disappointed that he didn't get the victory, because I think him and Matias, the way Matias fights, would have been great. But now Hitchins looks like he could be next in line for Matias. He's the IBF mandatory challenger. Whether he gets that fight next or not, we don't know, but we'll see. But I honestly believe the IBF should order a rematch, because the fight should have went to Lemos, in my opinion. But that's it. That's what I got. That's my DAZN recap from Saturday, April 6th. That was headlined by Hitchins and Lemos, and saw Pacheco and McCallman on the undercard. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.